excited.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, I missed y'all.
We're back.
This is
Guess
so
who's
fun.
back again. We're missing Ashley, but
Yes.
she has the lame excuse of just giving birth to the most adorable angel baby.
As if that's a full-fledged excuse.
Well, we don't get enough pictures, so I feel like it's not. We have Jess, Cam, and Brenna, and me, Sherri, here, and I will be your host today. And I could not tell you. My heart is just racing right now in the good way. I'm so excited to talk to all of you again in person video.
Me too.
It is nice.
Mm-hmm. I told
Brenna,
Sherri. Sorry.
You look so good, Brenna. I can't stop looking at you.
Oh,
Both of y'all.
it's a glaring light. But so if on Zoom, if we talk over each other, is it going to mess us up? How is that going to work?
I don't know. I know that, B, you have a green box around you because you just spoke. And so is it around me now? But what I thought was, coming back for this season is just taking relaxing and not being so uptight. If Cam needs to sit on her couch, if B needs to sit on her phone, and if Zoom is not incredible, who cares? Like if it comes across to where we deem it good enough, I think we should just use it.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And it's already winning so far.
I think so too. So it's been a hot minute. Thanks to all our very patient fans, listeners, let's say, for bearing with us. We've been through seasons. I don't think there's one of us that hasn't really been through a season. I know the majority of our listeners are women, so I don't want to make men uncomfortable. I am super hormonal today, and I'm starting this new supplement because of my levels are real bad. And so I'm going to get choked up over nothing. Just saying the word the seasons we've been in, and I think of Cam and Ashley, and it just, man, it's hitting. It's hitting. And I just did a spiel actually on letting emotions sit and recognizing what our body, listening to our body. So I would love to take this opportunity to just kind of give, has it been a year? I feel it's been, I don't even know what it's been. It doesn't matter. Think about the last, year and kind of give us just a recap. I'm going to start with Jess.
Okay, good. I didn't want to go after Cam, so thank you. And I'm majorly hormonal also, and these boobies are very much distracting me right now. If you could have picked a different shirt, B, do you want to go change while I do mine, and then you'll go next?
I can't find a good place for my phone to see, because
now
if you keep Zoom, moving, we can see each other.
You keep moving around, and that is making it worse.
Mm-hmm.
We have had a wonderful past few months. I'm not exactly sure when we recorded last. I told Sherri before we started, I felt like the podcast was so healthy for our relationships. And so it got kind of sabotaged, and I know life got super busy for all of us. And so I understand, but I'm just so thankful. Cam was the one that was kind of pushing us to start back, and everyone was ready. And I was just so excited. But Jay and I I'll have to work backwards because I have the worst memory, but we just got done with corn plant. We've got about a little bit of beans to still plant. And we had 5 in basketball all at the same time. So that was several practices a week, and then a few games during the week and on the weekends. And so I know that that's where I was from probably November to February. And that all went really well. And just kind of growing our family. We're going into our 6th year of blending a family, and everyone says there's something magical about that 6th year. And I believe it because we're seeing huge changes happen each week that are just, kind of the fruits of things that we worked for all 5 years, so I'm really happy to report that. We start back tonight on our Huddle Co podcast, and then Jay and I are actually going to start back next week on Moving On podcast. And so I'll be editing our Huddle Co one week and then turning around and editing our Moving On the next. So that's a schedule that really ignites my soul. And when I don't have that, I kind of flounder. I'm a little untethered. And so I'm really thankful to y'all that we're starting back, and Jay too, that he wants to start our other one back.
Mm-hmm. That sounds so wonderful. I can't stop smiling. Oh yeah. Brenna, give us a little recap.
I I'm just living my life, maybe a little bit busy, maybe a little lollipop dipped in psycho. I just feel like I'm surviving. I don't really know what else.
You're renovating,
what's going
right?
on in my life. We are renovating. Thank you.
Sherri, just hold up cards with little keywords on it.
Seriously, I think I'm just a shell. I don't know if I have a brain anymore. My words are English is hard. And so, so we got done with the onion shed. That's always crazy with food safety, and but it's fun. Sent our H2 workers home, and then I got a little bit of a break starting in February, and now we're renovating. So we're making our kitchen bigger and yesterday we decided to add a room onto the north side.
Oh, cool.
And also I've signed us up for counseling, because if we don't make it through this without getting a divorce, we will be super shocked. So yeah. I'm kidding. This is all sarcasm, but my gosh, this is it's hard. So yeah, it's good. Life's good. I have nothing. Kids are healthy.
Awesome.
I
just saw your Egg with Emma YouTube video. It was so cute. Oh my goodness,
she's so cute.
You guys together, it was adorable. I loved every second of it. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. She's fun.
I think something important to say, because I think when we stopped podcasting, we kind of fell back from how much we were posting on social media and with each other, and, with Huddle Co and stuff like that. And so I think it is really important, because I think from the outside looking in, you would wonder if we're all as close as we were. And so I think it's really important to say, I don't think we've missed a day talking, the five of us. We kind of teased that we made our own social media platform within our text thread. And so I think it is important that even though we kind of stepped away a little bit, we've continued to grow our relationships here in this space.
We just weren't hitting record.
Nope.
That's a really neat way to put it.
Still all the talking.
I think that would answer a lot of questions. I think a lot of people would have that question. Are y'all still friends? Because we're not outwardly showing our relationships.
I can't imagine.
Could you imagine if we had a podcast of someone just going through and reading, like let's just say all of us just go through and read our parts?
No, that makes my face hot. That makes my face hot.
Instant boob sweat, like that feeling that when you do a TikTok live and you leave your camera on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have to pause for a second. It says, I'm running out of time. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove the 40-minute time cap. Is it gonna cut us off our thing? Okay.
It looks like it's showing on mine too.
Oh, shoot. Well, y'all, I'm sorry. I should have done this before. Is it going to cut off our...
Can we stop and restart? And then can you just take the two audios?
That would be awesome. I'm really sorry, you guys.
No, it's not your fault. Not at all.
Okay, I might just grab my credit card real fast.
I'm just going to record like this, because that lighting is hi, wrinkles and bags.
And I was thinking like how glowing your
There we
skin
go.
looks. Like I have like I'm in my bed in my Udi and like I have the like light of all heaven behind me. And just because we have no curtains, still, it's almost a 2-year anniversary of living in this effing house. And only now did I finally set my living room up how I wanted, so I can finally put some stuff on the wall. And we still have 0 curtains in this house. 0.
Well, who needs curtains when you don't have neighbors? You don't need curtains.
Yeah, totally. Who needs to like sometimes?
You're not. Are you on a busy highway? You're not on a busy highway.
No.
Yeah.
The closest highway is like way that way.
Yeah, the creepers are going to creep anyways, whether you got blinds or not. So,
Mhm.
yeah, if they're that desperate to go out in the middle of nowhere in Canada, then
Yeah, that's true.
blinds is not going to stop them. So just don't beat yourself up for
It's
that.
unlimited minutes. You did it, Jess.
I'm so happy. That was so easy. Do you think I'm still recording though? Okay.
Yes, 100%.
That was so easy.
It says
Okay.
recording.
It's just $15 a month. I didn't even know they were charging now because remember in the pandemic they weren't charging.
Remember before the pandemic how we didn't know what Zoom was?
Yeah, I think Zoom started COVID. Zoom
Have
is
we had this
behind
conversation? I feel like
Pandemic.
we've had this
Yeah,
conversation.
we did.
B, they're
Oh.
gonna cut our broadcast off.
Oh,
We
mine will-
love you,
yeah.
Zoom. We love
don't-
Zoom.
We love
Ours will be
Zoom, and
instantly. Yeah. It'll be instantly cut off because I'm Canadian and I'm talking to Americans. So that already goes against my rights.
I'm already so thankful that it hasn't cut us off. I mean, I guess we shouldn't say that, huh?
yeah,
Sorry.
You best knock on some wood in that house.
Yeah. Andrew. That's a
Andrew.
little joke there. That was supposed to be a joke, guys. Come on.
I was thinking about who would be the most offended by hearing what's in our group chat. And I think Andrew would be the most.
I don't know who Andrew is. That's my husband. I call him the beard because he is the most private person on the planet. And I try so hard to respect his privacy, but it's hard sometimes. Every time he's on my stories, it's like it is just my inbox is inundated with like, why isn't he on more? You guys are so dynamic together. Like it's always like Instagram gold, and it few and far between.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jess.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have y'all seen that TikTok or reel where they're like, the spouse is like, can I go through your phone? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, can I go through your group thread, your group chat with your girlfriends? And they like, they're shaking their water as
And
they
just
drink.
sweat is just dripping.
It's funny.
Oh man, that actually does give me anxiety sweat just thinking about that. So segue, I'll do my year recap. And then Cam can go.
Because you don't want to go after Cam either.
No, not even maybe. Things that I never thought would have happened in our country. So in the past year, I've become a freedom fighter / protester.
Yeah.
A beautiful one.
Along with my husband and our oldest daughter. I couldn't believe Emma. She was me at 17, like no consequences. We are just gonna, and she's incredibly black and white, whereas I have always kind of been a little bit more gray, but hers is you either line up with my values or you disagree with them. So we need to discuss that. And for me, I'm like, let's maybe hear where they're coming from and all that kind of stuff. And she's like, no, this is wrong, and the end. And so I admire that. It makes for very good discussion in our house. And other than the excitement of like potential civil war happening in our country, where we're at right now with mandates, it's kind of like this like loose comfort freedom. We can go to certain places again. We can like stay at certain places again, like hotels and stuff. We still can't travel, even in country. We can't get on a train, plane, nothing like that still.
Wow.
But we just recently came back from a wonderful road trip. We went to Alberta mountains. Like we stopped in at this, it's kind of like your Mall of America. It's like West Edmonton Mall. And obviously spent way too much money and had lots of fun. And then we went, to the mountains in Jasper, Alberta. We stayed on the Alberta side because BC still has all the mandates. So like even to go to Banff, we couldn't even like, let's say, go to the outdoor hot springs.
Oh,
And so we had a blast in Banff. our family is very like, we loosely plan. So we'll be driving and we'll see some like super random like tourist trap or something, and we'd be like, that's got to be janky. So let's check it out. Like, so that's us. Like, or like we see,
Neat.
like we saw tons of these frozen waterfalls, and then we saw one frozen waterfall, and both Andrew and Emma were like, I bet we could climb up there. And we're all in like slides. Like, we're not in shoes. Like I had my Steve Maddens on, Emma had her Vans on, and like, and we just like, it's springtime here, so it only was around I'm gonna do this, you're gonna be so proud of me, 32 Fahrenheit. Is that zero? Is that freezing?
Yes. Very good.
Yes. So that's 0 Celsius. And so we were in like t-shirts and hoodies, like we were just living. It was so warm. One time it was like 17 degrees Celsius. So I want to say that's 60, almost 70. Cam?
I don't think it's that much. I think it's like in the 50s.
Oh, okay. That sounds probably a bit more right. Anyways, it was balmy. I was in a tank top, and it felt amazing. And I even got a little bit of a sunburn, obviously, because I forgot the one day to put sunscreen on. But overall, this year has just been, we have a record snowfall. The drifts around our house at their peak were around 17 feet. So,
wow.
So it's been tons of snowmobiling. Yeah. And the weather really hasn't been like, it's usually like January, February is usually like the heart of winter, when it's like gets down to like -45, -50. And we didn't really get that, like the weeks and weeks of Arctic. It's just been storm after storm after storm, which I kind of like, when everything's like, when everyone's home and we have nowhere to be and the fire is roaring. So we have just been living. We've actually really enjoyed winter this year. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to my garden, because it's still 10 feet of snow on the whole entire garden.
Wow.
And it's melted lots. So it's interesting. And it looks like, obviously the classic farmer thing to say is, well, we need the moisture, and as long as it's a slow thaw, and as long as it's the blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sick of hearing all those things. And it sounds like it's going to be a great year for seeding. So I can't, like, when you were describing your seeding, Jess, it is just like, we start seeding usually end of April is early. So usually May we're seeding. And then like soybeans and stuff is usually, I want to say, end of May, sometimes beginning of June. And so it just fascinates me that how different, how early you guys can do. Oh, and we're getting ready for Emma, my eldest, to graduate. So that feels like a knife in my heart.
All right.
And
a lump in your throat.
She has her dress, and she has, like, if I think of where I was at when I was 17, she has a savings account and money in it, actually, that she's been saving, and she's already like buying stuff like dishes or things she sees that she bought stemware from the thrift store that she likes, and she's like, I like this and I'll take it with me when I move out. And I'm like, yeah, along with all my feelings. It's weird. It's so weird. And she says things like, but you're a successful mom if I can independently live on my own successfully. And things like that. I'm like, bitch, don't say those things to me. Like, that's not what I want to hear.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's kind of been my year. It's definitely not what I thought, but I'm going to pass it over to Cam now. And I have all the Kleenex ready.
Oh, well, Sherri, when I just ran outside to grab something, and it's 85 here, and it's just, I love it. I think that probably is my favorite temperature. So it's kind of, you don't really know where your body stops and the air around you starts. I love it.
I'm just doing a quick.
I've tried to figure it out, but I can't get it.
Hang on, I got a conversion calculator here.
I figured out your high temperature on your trip was 62 degrees if it was 17.
Is that? Ooh, and see, what was yours?
Nice.
What was yours?
Mine's 85.
Yours is 85 right now.
Yeah.
62 is almost hot to me.
Yeah.
So 85.
Probably.
And it's almost 30 degrees outside?
Yeah, and my feel like is 88. So it's just nice.
I'm such a fan. What's the humidity?
It's 53%. Is that a lot for y'all?
No.
Yes.
That's lovely. That is not humid. What are you talking about, Cam?
Oh, we're so dry here.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
crazy.
are. What do y'all
humid.
cam today? Do you know your humidity?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look. Y'all can
In winter,
chat
we're
on.
dry.
I'll figure it out.
We're old people talking about weather, but it's so
I know.
interesting. It's
I-
so
we're at-
interesting.
Like every
We're
single
at
Canadian listening.
43.
You're
43
63%?
degrees.
We're at 43 degrees, but we got like 20-mile-an-hour winds right now.
Really?
And our humidity is at 24. We got a storm that's moving through. But normally, yeah, we're like Cam, we're dry.
In winter. Yeah, in winter we're really
Like, you
dry. I
fly-
think we're around
I was just gonna say, you fly into Salt Lake City and you can like feel your face and skin crinkle and tighten, and it's horrible.
Same.
yeah, that's
B,
us.
same.
That's us in winter. I think I have a thing right here. So it's -2. So that's again like 32 is freezing. So that's kind of the same. And our humidity is 32%. But in summer, our humidity often is high 80s. Like it's humid AF. And I just like every Canadian fell off their chair with what you said, Jess. I just
really?
like 30 degrees Celsius. That is, I can't
Yeah.
believe it. Okay,
Love
sorry.
it.
Thank you all for listening to our weather chat.
Yeah, so I waited way too long after I got a welding burn on my face to go to the doctor because I knew that it was just a welding burn. But then turns out in January, I finally went to the doctor and they said that I had basal cell carcinoma on my face and it was going to require a plastic surgeon to put back together. And I get all of this information within 3 days. I had 3 biopsies, and 3 days later, I get the call from the dermatologist that it's cancer. And then she immediately says, here's the plastic surgeon's number. They already have your information. Call them, do this whole thing. Well, I immediately text Jess. I knew she was at a basketball game. It was on a Thursday. That's basketball days.
Uh-huh.
So I text her and just said it came back cancer. That was all it said. And she never responded. And an hour later, she had Cash call me. And Cash was trying to tell me, but he was like embarrassed because he didn't understand what was going on. And anyway, she said, I'm going to be in Durango tomorrow at 3:30. Don't be late. So in the meantime, she had text Jay what was happening, and Jay responded with flight itinerary for her to come spend the weekend with me.
Yeah.
And
That was when
I
Jay
had-
became all our husbands.
Yeah.
right? It was just the most special thing for me. I mean, obviously hearing that news, and for me, second time, a different place, different kind, but for a second time, just to have someone that, in Jay, just to have someone that knew like I needed someone. And I had the crazy part of that whole thing was I had a snowmobile trip planned that weekend, and the friends that we were meeting with got COVID like 2 days before our trip. And so they had to cancel. So I was just going to be here. And Jack was like, well, I'm just going to work this weekend. Like if we can't ride. So my thought was like immediately was now I'm just going to sit here all weekend by myself and try to think about how to process this information. And Jess flew in. It was amazing. She was able to go with me to the surgeon before she flew out. And that was so helpful. I mean, we're sitting in the plastic surgeon's office and there's like a basket of, fake boobs. And she's like, Cam, why don't we just try some on and like see what fits? And it just helps so much to have like, her and humor and, just to have your person there. That was just amazing. Anyway, I'm 2 surgeries down. Everything's going good. I'm healing perfectly. And Monday I find out when my next surgery is. The worst part for me probably is just being stuck in the house right now. I can't even do my own chores. I just have to just stay inside, and that sucks. I don't want to be inside. I want to be outside. It's like the beginning of our farming season right now, and I'm just having to, kind of talk the guys through like what where the equipment is, because nobody even knows. Like I'm the only one that knows.
Right.
That's my job. And so anyway, here I am. 2 more surgeries. But I do have some good news. I was just told that I could go to Nashville. So I had this trip planned to Nashville since July of last year. And it's for my stepmother's 60th birthday, and my whole family's going. And I thought I was going to have to cancel that trip. And he just released me to go. And he was like, very excited about it. And he said, absolutely, you should go do something fun before we start this over again. Because once I get the next surgery, I'm going to have to be inside for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so pumped. So next week I'm going to Nashville for 4 days.
That's awesome.
Oh, that'll feel good.
I'm so excited.
Yep. I'm so glad you can go. So nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you were right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
We have to
anyways,
take a-
where's the big news?
We have to take a what is it called? What's the break called?
The commercial break?
Or what do you take when
Intermission?
you're we have to take an intermission.
Slight intermission as we all collect ourselves again.
Mm-hmm.
And if like not that one is like, obviously you kicking cancer's ass is something I think that should be shouted from the rooftops. Not only that, one of your videos recently went insanely viral, and you now are skyrocketing to the top and helping people along the way.
Yeah.
I went and creeped on one of your videos. I was going to comment, but I figured in the 30,000 comments that I saw on that video, my comment probably would get lost. But the amount, Lord, give me strength. The amount of people that are saying, thank you, I'm going to go get my thing, this insert whatever checked out. That's not little. Like, it's just so clear that God is just intertwining this pain that hurts him just as much as it hurts us, and that he's taking that and turning it into this pure sunshine of a situation. And the only sucky thing is that I can't like hold your hand and walk there with you. Like if you oh man, I did actually, and this is what's going to get us canceled right here. I even started inquiring. There are legit people that are smuggling Canadians across the border for that Canadians that are seeking asylum, let's say. And there's a senator in New Mexico that actually offered asylum to Canadians that have been like either can't work or whatever the case may be, whatever their choices are, have been completely like.
I'm 7 miles. I'm 7 miles from New Mexico. 7 miles. 7. I'm 7 miles from New Mexico.
Oh, I know. Bitch, you don't think I know that?
Also, her birthday is May 1st, and Jay and I are flying in. So could we get this coordinated pretty quick?
I feel like we could. I'm just so thankful that every time, and this, I'm going to make it about me because that's what I do. Every time I had this like heavy, I felt almost attacked. I can do this. When I just thought about you either alone or not being taken care of, that's right when you would text, look who's here, guys. And it was like such a, I'm so thankful that you have so many beautiful people in your life, Cam. That
it really has been incredible. I do want to say what you said earlier about the amount of messages that I've gotten or comments even, that one video, it's so out of hand. I can't even start to even try to respond to all of those. But the messages I've gotten are like, even people that have followed me for a long time, that are saying there was a spot, I went to the doctor. And even now, one gal who I've known for a long time, like she's now said that hers came back cancer. And I'm just so thankful that God told me that night when I was laying here in bed, and I was devastated. When I found out I had to have the flap, the one really great thing was my sister-in-law is a wound care nurse, and she came up from Texas to stay with me for that first week, and she was able to go with me the whole time. And that was so helpful. She knew I didn't have to listen when I was at the doctor. She knew what they were talking about, and I didn't have to worry about, trying to figure out what doctor term they were telling me. But she also is a wound care nurse and she's used to this stuff. So she showed me pictures that I probably shouldn't have seen. And so she showed me the flap, and that was the one thing, like out of everything she showed me, the flap was the one thing I'm like, I do not want the flap. So the day after I had the first surgery, I found out I had to have the flap, and I about lost it. I mean, she's yelling at me the whole time. You cannot cry. You cannot cry. That can cause an infection. You can't cry. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, can we stop at the liquor store? I think I need some wine. So we came home and I just laid here and I just asked God, like, there's got to be something that you want me to do with this. You know, I'm right in the heat of this battle and there's got to be something good that can come from it. And he told me like more clearly than ever that I needed to share this, like this could help someone. And from that, you know, this gal that's been following me from a long time, you know, she, that day that I posted that first video, said she made the appointment, and now it's been 2 weeks since then. Hers has came back cancer. And if I can be there for her, I'm like, I can't do anything right now. I can't even go outside. So this is like the perfect time for me to, you know, try to help someone else. You know, I can text you or whatever it is. And that's been pretty special, you know, just to feel like by sharing my story, it's going to help someone else. And I waited 3 years to go to the doctor. I mean, chalk it up to being a farmer or a stubborn ass or whatever you want it to be. But I really didn't ever think that it was cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, never. So I guarantee that there's a ton of other people out there that have had something on there, you know, maybe not their face, somewhere their shoulder or something, but they don't think it's cancer either. Just go to the dang dermatologist.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My dad, it was like throughout our lives, there was a big chunk of my teenage life where it was just my dad and I. And I would always cut his hair for him. And I noticed like he would just take off his shirt, and I noticed this mole on his back. And it just kept changing and changing and changing. And I kept telling him, get your ass to the dermatologist. And he's you know, obviously super conservative, old fashioned. And finally he did. And it was cancer. And I had just recently, before I told him to go do that, I had my own surgery on my back where it came back melanoma. And so but like I went to my, like you, I would go to my dermatologist like regularly, like how you go to the dentist for checkups or cleanup or whatever, cleanings and stuff. And by the time he was said and done, he had a scar, probably I would say for sure 1.5 feet long, and his back still to this day, this was like 20 years ago, his back still is concave with how much they took out of him.
Wow.
And when I heard all, like, just when I see your comments and see all the people that you're helping and saving, the difference between going now and going a year from now, huge.
And I can't stress that enough. It's like, see something, go. Like,
yes. Yep.
I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's nothing, you wasted 3 hours of your life, you know, but
yep. Totally.
I mean, I wouldn't wish this, like what I've been through already. And then, you know, now I have, you know, probably 6 weeks to a month left of this journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so easy just to go to the dermatologist, like just go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my goodness. Cam, I just can't. Words feel cheap.
So Brenna, how are you doing?
Well,
okay, segue, just because I know Brenna
flipping everyone off.
Because I know,
and I should say that's our code. When we talk about ourselves, we just flip each other off. Like, I don't want any more than I have to on this, so that's what I'm doing for you, Cam.
Thanks, love.
Good.
big old middle finger.
But don't call on me with words. I just told you how English is hard and can't complete a sentence, and you want me to talk right after Cam. This will be good.
I was just deflecting. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can't get over you. It's hard. It's hard not to want to just keep hearing you talk about it, because It's like feeling warm sunshine on your face. There's something about it that just feels so.
You know, I think the only appropriate thing right now to do would be to sing a song. And it's like, you don't know you're beautiful.
Yes. Oh, yes.
She don't know she's beautiful. Everybody say
Gosh, I love you.
Oh, okay. So now, as hard as it is to segue from that, I'm going to start with you this time, Brenna. I feel like Cam kind of answered this question already, so we can just leave her out. I don't know if I can take anymore. Again, it's all about me. What has been something that, Brenna, that has made you like really genuinely proud of yourself in the past, even like 6 months?
You've been going to the gym.
I have taken over my health, and I have said, screw you to everything that brings me joy. So no, I'm just kidding. I have snuck some sugar back in, but I've been going to the gym, and I don't tell anyone, but I actually really like it, and I look forward to it. And like today at the gym, at the cool down, I just like started crying while I'm cooling down. And then I just like got the hell out of there, so it's been really good. So it feels good to feel
and we
good.
are just so proud of you.
But thanks for telling me too, like how Sherri's like, you're renovating, and then you're like, Brenna, you're going to the gym.
I got you.
It's a journey you've been killing, though. I mean, look at you.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just like I can't even think of the word. The scarecrow off of Wizard of Oz, I might get a total pity party this week. Like, I just am not loving who I am. I want to be someone else. I want a brain that functions and fires properly, and stuff like that. So I am proud of myself for being strong physically. Maybe not emotionally, physically.
As you should be.
Yeah, I have lots of things to say about that, but this isn't the Sherri show. Jess, want to go? What are you something that you're so proud of?
Oh, B, I'm really proud of yours. I love it. And the gym is my thing, so it makes me happy when I call you and you're heading there. My thing, I made a breakthrough with my therapist 2 weeks ago, and he was like, I think I've been working with him for like a year, and he's like, when did you show up? And so it was really funny to work with someone for a year, and then all of a sudden, there was this point where he was like, how much are you not saying? And I was like, worlds. I'm not saying worlds of stuff, because I was showing him so much and already felt like a hot mess with that amount that I was showing. So I was holding so much back. And he said, let's hear all of it. And I just absolutely unloaded all of it. And with that came a really neat discovery of kind of what's going on with me. And through that led to the breaking of a cycle that I've had with Jay for at least 5 years. And we enter into the same little cycle every month. We do really well, and then we get into this little tiny cycle, and then we have it out. And that's kind of the basis of our podcast, is going over those dust ups, we call them. And we make fun of them, of course, but they're not funny to me. They drive me bonkers, and I don't know why I can't figure them out. And this past month, after working with my therapist, I was able to figure it out. I don't know if that means we'll figure next month out, but it was something different than any other month in the past 5 years. And it's just something I've just really been excited about and proud of. And there was just this little moment, you guys know with your husbands, is you'll just be very clear, like whether it's you're saying like, I just need you to talk to me more. I just need you to talk to me more. And there's some silence. And then they say, what can I do? And you're like, can't, I won't, I can't, I won't. And they just don't communicate the same as us. And so my therapist was saying, have him say, what do you need from me? Have him take out, what can I do, and put in, what do you need from me? And it was like, got time for him to do that silly little line. What can I do, after I've told him 1,000 words of what he can do to help me right then? And it was like, it's one of those things where you don't want to ask for flowers, because they'll go get flowers, and it just means nothing to you. And so we got to that little moment in time where I was either going to be a stubborn mule asshole and not answer his question, or I was going to allow him in to a different part of my heart I've never let him in, and just lay the stubborn down. And so he got to that little point where he asked what he could do. And I just sat there for a second, and I was like, I can either go right for the 1,000th time in a row, or I can go left. And I just went left, and I repeated the last 1,000 words I had said. And it was like he heard them that time. And what I didn't know is that he was sitting in his truck somewhere taking notes. And because he's working, he's working with the therapist also. And so that it just kind of allowed us allowed our marriage into a room that we've never been in before. And it was so special and so sexy. And just so clearly we'd never been in there before. And so it kind of gave us a new lease on all of this. And it's been very blatant and obvious. And I'm just very proud of both of us, because we're both weekly working with therapists and trying to beat things that we've been trying to beat for a while. So that would be my answer.
Wow.
I love it.
I'm so proud of you both.
Thanks, Cambria.
That's
Marriage is
hard.
hard.
Yeah.
Relationships are hard.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh. Like, I've said this 1,000 times. We're just a bunch of beta fish, and God's like, let's put polar opposites together.
It is.
And I'm going to watch them until the second coming, because I need something to do. And so.
Yep.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Yes.
God bless you, and God bless your therapists.
Both of your
They are worth
therapists, I would
every
say.
penny.
Yeah.
Thanks, B. They really are. They're best friends. They're 2 offices apart. We know they swap notes, even though they say they don't. We know they do. We just laugh when they say, because they'll ask very specific questions, and I'll go to Jay and I'll be like, did you tell him? And we take it with a grain of salt, because we know they're human. So we're like, we know they swap notes, but I think swapping notes is actually helping them to figure us out a little better.
Cool.
I'm trying
All
to
right.
get comfy.
Cam,
Did you go, Sherri?
about I'm the host. Can I skip?
Oh.
What am I really proud of? Okay, I'll make it quick. I would say me becoming a legit professional where I make more money than I'm spending motivational speaker is definitely going to happen this year. I have in-person, I haven't said yes to them yet, but I've had 6 offers from across. I didn't want to tell you guys because I don't want to.
Jealous. I'm so jealous. Do they want me to come with you?
Yes, that's the only
good.
stipulation. I have to bring all the Huddle ladies along, and like, so it's all across Canada. And if the border opens, I know I for sure have one booked for like next year if the border opens for that next conference. And then I'm doing like online, like Zoom, like people are doing lots of like these Zoom conferences. So I have, I think, about 75 of those booked. I'm joking. What? I'm totally joking.
I'm like, shut the front door.
No, it's not 75. I just wanted to see your faces. It's only a couple. It's only a couple.
Wow.
But like couple. But like I'm kind of like, I really am. I'm proud of myself. It feels like dreams are coming true, and it feels. I put this quote on my stories today, on my Instagram stories, like when it's from God, it feels positive and perfect and good. And when it's from Satan, it's filled with anxiety and fear and doubt. And it just, there's nothing about this that feels like that. Like the fact that I have to look at my calendar and make sure I don't have something else booked that, like, do you know what I mean? Like it feels crazy. And like, not only that, but like, I've had these kind of like goals, and this sounds super cheesy, I'm sure, to non like ag related people, but we have these really big farm shows, and they always have these like huge like women's like conference kind of parts of it where they have these keynote speakers. And I got asked to be at one of these huge ones where like even talking about it with my like super like conservative whatever father-in-law that always kind of does this to all my craziness. Even he was like, do they get you a hotel room? Because it's super hard to get a hotel room for that weekend. And like, so it just feels right, and it feels magical. And I have a hard time now not turning everything into a because I have so many ideas, and I'm writing so many things for like this conference, and I'm going to talk about this at this conference, and so I need to like rein myself in a little bit. But can we go now?
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm so damn happy for you. That's incredible.
Oh my
it is. That's like I would love to go to a conference and speak. I don't want to speak. I want to go entertain. Like I'll bring the drinks and the snacks. I couldn't get up and talk like you do. I am just so dang happy for you.
Yes.
I'll go
This
in
is what it's about.
Go, Cam.
I'll hold your purse. I'll hold your purse in video.
Thank you.
Whatever. Cam will be up there next with all
That's
her.
awesome.
No
She's talked
way.
so much in her life in the last 3 weeks. She's talked
Oh
more.
my gosh.
It is crazy.
There's actually one that like, you remember the one that I did last year? So they asked me back to be the MC because so many people wanted it sounds really weird to say, but wanted me to come back. And and I said, like, because they don't usually ask the same speaker back, like it's always new and different, right? And they said, well, can you come back and MC? And I said, absolutely. That is
absolutely, yeah, duh.
Oh yeah.
And of course, like duh, they would want you back, Sherri. So
yeah, that one was so good. You had me crying in the tractor.
Yes, it was so good.
That makes me feel better listening just those 5 minutes that I listened to your Sharky podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up now with just something a little bit lighter. Cam received a beautiful DM today.
Oh yes.
Okay, hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, take your time.
Everyone get your tissues ready.
You guys,
like it's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale come true.
Love is in the
I can't wait to hear it. I haven't heard this yet.
It was actually an email. He got my email.
Even better.
So it's even better.
It's
Hi.
way more personal.
Hi, my name is Mohammed from Algeria. I saw your picture on Instagram that you are distorted in the face. I want to tell you that you are confident in yourself. This scar on your face does not change what is in your personality. I am ready to meet you and propose marriage to you. I do not care what people say about it. This is my phone number, and I also use it on WhatsApp. Thank you. A heart and praying hands.
You are distorted in face.
Mohammed,
Thanks, Mohammed.
Oh, I love it.
Mohammed, I would just like to say.
Oh gosh.
I hope that you're ready for a relationship with 4 other ladies, because Cam comes with her own harem. It really is. And I hope so. If you're when you're watching this or listening to this podcast, just look at the notes. These are the notes that we're going to have on this podcast. We're going to have what Jess has learned in therapy and how to deal with stubbornness in yourself and pig-headedness in your husband. And Cam will have this man's number. No, she won't. No, we won't.
I do have to say though, like working with our H2 workers, they come in from Mexico, and when we use Google Translate, it doesn't always translate the same. And so he probably I don't know how you recover from distorted, but
okay, go ahead,
God
B.
bless
What else
him.
you got? You got something else? What you think?
I do want to tell y'all that B lost a lot of her body weight, but not in her lips. And so her mouth is, I mean, she has the best mouth on earth.
You know, when I was little, there was girls at school that used to say, I'm going to get a pin or a pen. I can't remember if it was pin or a pen. I just remember thinking like a big pen was coming at me.
Yeah.
But they were going to pop my lips because they were too big. And I'm like, oh yeah, look who's getting lip fillers now. Not me.
I don't care that you are distorted in face.
That's good.
Well, the funniest part of this whole thing was I only found the email when I went to find the Zoom link email. It was like the next one right there, and I'm like, "What is this?" And so I looked at it, and then I couldn't help but share it because it was so funny.
He snuck it in there. Gosh. I mean, you got to give him props.
He did some research. It's not. He's not lazy. He's not just going to the DMs. He's getting email addresses. So,
yep, that's bold. That is bold.
Yeah.
Bless his distorted translation.
And ready to propose. Like he's ready.
Yeah.
Like
he's ready.
Confident man.
Yeah. And I also have to say, Cambria, I don't see it when I look at you. I don't see your face being different. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's healing. It's still so amazing.
Just looks so beautiful. You always seem so beautiful.
Thanks, guys. I didn't pay them to say that either.
Even Sharky said it. He was like, you are beautiful. And I was like, are you kidding me? Can he stop?
Yeah, Rob. Like, who do you think you are?
Gosh, he didn't even ask us if he could say that.
He's just an English Mohammed. He's like, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Well,
Jess,
go ahead and close us out, B.
Okay, bye. And we say these things humbly.
Amen.
I love y'all.
Love you. We miss Ashley.
Oh, gosh.
She's cuddling babies. I'm so
dealing
jealous.
with croup.
It makes my uterus hurt.
Dealing with us that we don't even want to talk to her. We just demand pictures, and that's not very nice.
I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm ready to propose.
You better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that hurts my heart. So, Ashley, when you listen to this, we love you and we miss you. And we really hope that that croup goes away. And
yes.
And
baby Clara will sleep.
Yeah. Little Cece, that she will, give you some damn sleep. pour one out for Ashley.
Oh.
Jess, do you want to close us in prayer?
Sure, I will. I love y'all. Dear Lord, thank you so much for our afternoon that we got to actually record. We praise your name for the audio, Lord. We always have so many problems with the audio, Lord, and we just praise you for giving us a full hour of clean audio. I thank you for B, Lord. I thank you for Cam, and I thank you for Sherri. Lord, we also thank you for Ash and just that beautiful baby that you have blessed her and Cody with. Lord, most of all, right now, we lift Cam's life up to you, Lord. Thank you for the big stage that you've given her and the song that you've hidden in her heart, Lord, and the willingness of her ready to sing it, Lord. She makes us honored and proud to have a front row seat, Lord, but most importantly, for keeping her safe and sound all through her surgeries, and that everything is just going so well. We praise you and we trust you, and we know that that's your hand and no other hand, Lord. We give her remaining 2 surgeries to you right now, and we trust you with the outcome. We ask that you would just heal her quickly and allow her time to pass as she is going bonkers on the couch. Lord, we ask that you would bless all of the listeners that are listening right now. They mean the world to us, Lord, and our hearts are for theirs. We ask that you would just give us the right words to say as we meet together here, words that would help others and that would change lives and save lives, Lord. We love you. It's in your son's name that we pray. Amen.
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 Okay. I'm taking a quick picture.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you
Hold on,
guys.
let me put up my screen. I love you.
Okay,
This
what
was
do
so
I do?
nice.
I know, so comforting. Okay, love you. I'm going to end it.
Okay.
End meeting for all.